Hello everyone, it's Kay Michelle with Lady Dragonfly Designs. I'm real happy you stopped by my channel. Okay, that Scott's in the house. Scott's been staying with me. Okay, I have had a physical injury. I fell the other night in the bathroom and hit the bathtub with my right elbow. Went to the ER, nothing's broken, it's just severely bruised. And, you know, they're telling me, you gotta use it no matter how painful it is. You gotta use it because if you stop, it'll lock up and you'll be in a world of fit. And it's like, okay, so, you know, they put me in the sling, but I have been working it. And I did this last night and yesterday, and I thought I would turn on the camera, and I am on pain medication, forgive me, but I wanted to show how I worked through my physical energy and kind of just did craft therapy to bring up, I'm working through the pain. So pause the camera, get your cup of coffee, and let's just chat, and I'll tell y'all what happened. So, first of all, my first therapy when I wasn't laying down resting is come sit in my chair, and this is the hand that's injured. And I was just gently, you know, and I am on pain medication, so, but I'm doing it gently, you know. So I just tore up a whole bunch of strips. You can do this as a mass make. You don't have to have a physical injury to do this. But this just, you know, I wanted to do something. I wasn't just going to sit here. And so these are the specialty fiber papers from Walmart, but these were gifted to me from my neighbor's mother. And I thought we would do some. And so, see, I'm able to move. It still hurts. And, oh, it was spazzing so bad. Okay, so I think we can get these done. Okay? And let's see. And my formula was a brown paper, text or music, and then these digitals that I tore up. So, how's everyone doing? I hope everybody's okay. I am okay. It's a stupid thing, but it happened. But yeah, I got the beautiful yellow bracelet put on yesterday, or day before yesterday. So, but by the time you see this, and I'm just placing them. I'm not really thinking about it. I'm just like the overall to get it, you know, kind of covered. Let's see. But Scott's been so good. He did all the dishes, all the laundry. He redid my whole kitchen. There's nothing in my kitchen that looks beautiful. Yeah, he's been taking really good care of me. So, yeah, like that. Big piece. And I was just tearing to use my arm, you know. This piece, this was just 2 pieces. I didn't think it needed and I like the shape the paper tore. Okay, like that, like so. Okay, that easy peasy. I'm gonna bring those over and work on this one. I got this glue book because my little box is on my other glue book. And this was on my desk and I was just playing with it. So let's move those 2 pieces. And I'm not going fast because this is therapy, literally physical therapy. So you don't want to go as crazy as I normally would. But I just wanted to show you it can be done. Yeah, if I spaz out, it's nothing bad, but oh my gosh, I'm sure I looked aside in the emergency room. My hair wasn't done. I was able managed to get dressed because last time when I dislocated my shoulder, all I had was a robe on. Yeah, and I got a lot more movement in my fingers now. This is the second day of this journey, but he said it'd take a couple, 4 days, and today is actually Tuesday, and I go back to work on Thursday. So see, easy peasy, and I'm just gonna bring down here, because that's the way I want to do it. And I thought the purple would come in handy, just to show me where I am gluing. Okay. And this one. So yeah, one of my ladies, she had actually fallen on Friday, and I watched her Saturday morning, and when I left, I told her, I said, now you don't fall and I won't fall. And I looked at the other caregiver, I said, I probably just jinxed myself, and sure enough, I did. And I did feel like her in the emergency room. And, oh, Amy, my daughter, was the sweetest thing. She drove all the way from Victoria, and she brought me some Tylenol 3, because Trent had just gone to the dentist, and he wasn't going to take it all. So, and so she took me to the emergency room and sat there the whole time with me and drove me back home and, you know, made sure I was okay. That was just such a blessing. And it's now come full circle, because I was telling her, thank you so much for what you did. And, you know, she gave me the same speech I gave my mother. Oh, sorry. That I gave my mother, because my mother was the exact same way. So I have come full circle, y'all. And sometimes I'm doing it with that. Sometimes I'm doing it with my thumb. I'm just trying to get different movement, just soft movement in my arm. A little over. There we go. Huge. So what y'all got going on? Let's see, this is Monday. So how was y'all's weekend? I hope y'all had a good weekend. I had an interesting weekend. Yeah, I was writing with my left hand at one point, and I can now write with my right hand. So, yep, and I know my lady, I had to take off Monday, and so the lady I take care of Monday, she's the one I also go to Bible study with on Thursday. And I know she's been praying for me, because it's healing very quickly, and that's exactly what she was asking. Now, do I want that one or that one? Let's do that one. So I know I've got people praying for me, because it's healing really quick. So very thankful for the power of prayer, for one. But yeah, I believe this is the best physical therapy I can think of, is crafting through the pain. Because when you're doing something you love, it's just doesn't feel like it's that bad. And I had to run over to my neighbor's house, bless their heart. He called me and asked me if I would go over and reset the router because he has it on a timer. It turns off every night at 11 o'clock, and he's the first one that gets up. Well, he is out of town, and it's raining here, amazingly. But she thought the internet was out because of the weather, and it wasn't. It was due to a timer. And he asked me if I could go over there and fix it, and so I did. And so I was able to get in the car and start the car and shift it. It was painful, but not that bad. It wasn't real painful. But, something needs to be done because Thursday I've got to be able to use my arm again. But yeah, they were thinking it was dislocated. I'm like, oh my gosh, could we put anything else in my chart? Because, of course, they're like, have you been here before? And I'm like, yeah, unfortunately. Y'all fixed my dislocated shoulder several years back. Yeah, it's when I was 50 because I looked like I didn't have no arms in my picture with my tiara and my birthday cake. It's crazy. But yeah, the nurse actually called today, and I told her, I said, y'all always taking good care of me. And this guy, nurse, Charles, or David, and he's one of the comic relief, and so he's like plopping down the arm at the gurney, and let's get ready to rumble, and I'm just like, not in the mood, but he makes you laugh. And he put his sling on real gently and everything. And he said, don't you stop moving it. You just keep moving it. And so I told her, I said, tell him thank you and that I am doing exactly what he said. So, those went so fast because I already have the papers torn up. But, I mean, look how fast that went. We did that in like 10 minutes. If you sit there and you just have torn paper, a pile of like digitals, a pile of text, music, you got your piles, you could sit here and just do this. I'm gonna keep going. So, but this is, if you do have an injury similar to mine, this is excellent physical therapy and is craft therapy. So, just saying. So, yep, I'm gonna finish these off. And then I was sitting here, I saw my thing of postage stamps. So I think that's what I'm gonna do next is put postage stamps on all these. But this is loosening up my whole arm and just wonderful. Highly suggest craft therapy. And not just for physical injuries. It could be mental injuries too, because craft therapy has saved me both from physical and mental injuries. Because if I didn't make this channel and do what I do, because, when us creators tell how much we appreciate you and love y'all, we are not kidding. Because if it weren't for y'all saved our lives. I know several creators, if we didn't do what we're doing now, y'all saved us. Y'all just don't know how much. Oh, that would be kind of cute. It needs a little something right there. Let's see. Okay. I just didn't like the whiteness. Cute. Oh. So what's y'all's plans for this week? I am just craft therapy till Thursday, and I go back to work. And I go see my lady who jinxed me on Saturday. So I'm going to tell her I got a story for you. Because, you know, we felt the same way. She was just disgusted with herself for falling. And I was like, you know, me too. And I was acting like her in that emergency room. I ain't gonna lie. And I got this cute little box from Medline. That's their stuff. But, I mean, they stick to your fingers, so they can't be used with glue. But isn't that just the cutest little box? And I got the circle, so I'm going to do something to... I don't have enough stuff to make a keepsake journal, but I have my bracelets I'm going to put on in my planner. I know, I'm just crazy that way. I'm going to do you first. So yeah, just sitting here and enjoying the rain and crafting and just working my arm. I'm highly blessed. Well, normally what I say is I'm blessed and highly favored, which I totally am. Yeah. I'm just glad nothing was wrong with my shoulder, because, oh my goodness. Can't afford that. Ouch. Sorry. Yeah, I was in the waiting room just spazzing, just geeking. Oh my gosh. And then there was this baby. Oh my gosh, I gotta tell you this. There was this, okay, I was sitting there and Amy was sitting to my left, and this lady with her baby was sitting on the other side of Amy. And, you know, I was in very close proximity of an infant, and I was in pain. I just, yep, didn't want to deal with it. Wasn't my grandchild, so. But they had no beds. They had a rush of people come in. Well, sorry to hear about that, but so they assessed me and put me back out in the waiting room, and that's why we were in the waiting room. Well, apparently this lady and her baby, they had done the same thing too. And oops, snap, that came off. Let's see if we can't put it back. And so at the end of the conversation, she was sitting there playing with her baby. Her phone rang. We weren't talking to her or anything. She was just playing with the baby. We were watching a new version of SpongeBob. Let's not even get into that. It was sadistic. I was like, Amy, when I let you and Sarah watch this, it was never like this. It was sadistic. That's the only word I could come up with. And stupid. We won't even talk about it. I was just like, is this what's been given to me to keep my mind off my arm? But right at the end, the girl received a phone call, and it was a collect call from a prison. So it was her baby daddy's calling from jail or prison, whatever, to find out about the baby. And she was saying, well, the baby doesn't have COVID, but she might have strep, and she's had strep before, and all this kind of stuff. And I mean, me and Amy are sitting here going, oh my gosh. So they called me, and they put me and Amy in a little itty bitty place, and they called that the hallway, but we had a little curtain and everything. But me and Amy are nosy, so the curtain was open just enough so we could see what was going on. You know, we're just nosy like that down here. Cute. And it was so funny. So they helped me sit down and everything. Amy comes in and has her both hands full of Germ-X and just bathes her whole arm. Oh my gosh, I'm giggling. It's so funny. And oh yeah, we had words to say about that, but then the doctor came in and it's like, okay, the heck with everybody else. This woman's about to touch my arm, so. And very nice, very gentle, and very pregnant. I must say, every time I go to the emergency room, the doctor I have is always pregnant. I'm just saying. When my husband got sick, that was the hospital we were in. Actually, I was put in the room, the same room that when I dislocated my shoulder. So that's what I thought was coming, but she came in and she was so happy. And she's like, nothing's dislocated, nothing's broken. It's just a severe bruise. You're just going to have to work it. And alternate between Tylenol and Motrin, ice pack, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, that one's used up. Oh, I'm getting better at throwing things in the trash with my right hand. And I think I'm just going to do that. Yay, I'm going to get this whole thing done. Oh, we still got 10 minutes. I'm going. I'm keep going. Let's use Jot. I haven't used Jot in a hot minute. I just reached in and pulled out like Yoo-Hoo and Elmer's and everything. I don't know if this might not. You don't act like you want to work. Oh, it doesn't. Oh no. I'll try you in a minute on something harder. I'm gonna just get the Elmer's glue because that's the most softest on fragile paper. Okay. There we go. Let's see. Put that there. So yeah, it was interesting. Hospital visit. Yeah, and then of course being nosy, you can hear things you don't really want to, and they had to tell a poor lady she had a lesion on her brain that could possibly be cancer, and that she's had a stroke. And it was a Spanish lady, and they had to have an interpreter tell her. And I just felt sorry for the doctor and the interpreter, and oh, poor thing. So I think they were getting ready to send her to a bigger hospital. Oh, 3 blind mice. How cute. Put that right there. Let's see, I'm off tomorrow, and then, so I could do Wednesday's video, and I'd show you the progression of my arm, which I should be at least 95%. And Friday's video is May 1st, and I should be starting my collaboration with Libby at My Happy Place Crafting. My Happy Place Craft Room or Crafting. I can't remember. I'm sorry, Libby. I'm under the influence. But I start her collab, so I'm really excited about that. Just another reason to get this arm in shape. Cute. And that's going to look cute with postage stamps. Okay, I got 3 little ones. Just finish off. Oh, man, what perfect timing just to do these and turn on the camera and have perfect time to do all of them. Just craft and chat. Oh, and I got stuff stuck to my fingers. Well, that needs some more, doesn't it? I'll put you down first. Right there. Let me pull some more of this yellow. Yeah, that. Oops. Ah. painful, but it's a good pain because I know it's doing what it's supposed to. But oh, my back is so sore. Amy was telling me it was because my arm was spazzing. It was spazzing. Once she said that, I started thinking about it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm lucky it doesn't hurt worse than it does. So cute. See, I put a little postage stamp right there. Oh, I hate it when things stick to my fingers. Oh, now it's stuck to the other finger. Oops. Thank you. I'll put it on this side. It'll be perfectly enough for both pieces. Let's just tear that off. Okay. So yeah, very, very simple, easy craft therapy to actually give you physical therapy if you have a arm injury. I probably said that already, sorry. Cute. Okay, same thing here. So yeah, just get you a pile of like the same stuff, make 3 piles and just start layering. It's that simple. But one thing, do not, if you are, because like yesterday, you know, I sat here as long as I could, but listen to your body when you don't feel good or it's down, you know, because your body will talk to you and tell you when it's time you need to just relax and lay down. So I have been doing that and sleeping, resting, and so all is good here. So there. I mean, this is such an easy mask make, and I mean, just imagine if you weren't injured. Look at this. I did all that last night, and we finished it up today. Isn't that cool? And look at that. Look at that. That's just so much. And this piece has been on my desk for years. It was Mother's Day back in, I think one of them actually says the date, or I might have covered it up. Oh, yeah, I think I covered it up. But yeah, here, Mother's Day and April and May. Yeah, that's funny. All right, y'all. Well, I hope I did something that inspires you, whether you have a physical or mental injury. You know, but if you do, I hope this video helped to just convey my thought of how wonderful craft therapy is when you are physically injured. You know, because this is what I started when I got home after I rested for a good while and got up, and this is what I did. So I'm going to say I love y'all. Y'all be safe and be careful, you know, when you go to the restroom in the middle of the night. And be careful of that bathtub. They hurt. And they're not as forgiving, you know? And so, anywho, I hope if y'all need rain where y'all are, I hope y'all are getting it. We finally got it. Scott, how many inches did we get? He's got his earphones on. I think he said like 6 inches. Praise the Lord. Oh, God bless. I mean, we've been sending messages to everybody about the rain. So, all right, y'all. I'm going to leave it, and I will catch y'all on Wednesday. Love y'all. Bye.